What's going on, everyone? So Los Angeles Lakers have a very brutal stretch coming up. They play like 6 games in 8 nights. They have 2 back-to-backs against the Bucks and then the Nuggets, and then they play the Nuggets and the Bucks. It's going to be tough, right? These games are going to be very crucial, very important for the Lakers. Obviously, you're not going to have LeBron James. You're probably not going to have several other key guys during some of these games, during some of these stretches. I've said if they can go 3-3 during these like 6 games and these 3 sets of back-to-backs, that would be a win to me, right? Just because given the circumstance, right? It's a lot of games with a lot of travel, right? I don't know who decided to make this schedule. This is terrible, but it is what it is. We have to play the games that are in front of us, right? I prioritize health. I'd rather kind of just take some L's. Luckily, the Lakers did what they were supposed to do early on in the season, where the last few seasons we saw they didn't handle business early on, and it bit us in the behind getting towards the back end of the season. The Lakers had to win like 20 out of 25 games just to get into the play-in, right? So now, luckily, the Lakers have handled business to where they can weather the storm. And I think at worst, they'll probably finish the 5th seed if they lose a huge stretch of games. Say they lose, 7 out of 10 or something like that. That would not be ideal. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Fingers crossed. But I do believe that the Lakers have a real shot here. But one game at a time, right? And the first game today is against the Milwaukee Bucks. Look, Milwaukee is very beatable. I don't have any faith in Milwaukee like as a real contender or anything like that. That's just me. I just don't think they're very good. But they are a good team in the sense of like they can beat anybody on any given night. You're going to have to beat them, right? They do have Dame and Giannis, so on any given night they can go off and beat anybody. As a contender, I just don't believe that they're better than like the Cavs or the Boston Celtics. Look, I'm a Laker fan. I don't even want to say this. It can't even come out of my mouth, right? And then even the Knicks. I think the Knicks would beat Milwaukee in a 7-game series as well. But got to play them in the regular season. They are coming off of a heartbreaking loss. It was a Tyrese Halliburton central game winner. It was like I think it was an and 1-3, and then he hit the free throw. I didn't actually get to see the game, but I did see the highlight and saw that they took the L. And that was that was heartbreak for them. They're going to want to get that win back. That's a game that they probably feel like, hey, we should have won that game. That was a game that was stolen from us, right? So they're going to bring their A game. They're going to play to their best of ability, and they're at home. So, not only are you playing Milwaukee off of a heartbreak game, such as the Pacers game, but you're also playing them at home in a game where they're still trying to climb and hold on to seeding and stuff like that. You have several even the Detroit Pistons are like tied. They're like in the loss column, I think 1 loss, but they're like right there in the thick of it. There's like a 3-4 way tie. So Milwaukee could easily fall like into the play-in even if they're not careful here. So they're fighting and holding on for dear life. So it's just going to be a game where the other team, you're not going to be able to rely on them having a bad night or anything like that. Luckily, the Lakers love to play up to their competition, right? We've seen time and time again, Lakers love to play down to their competition, right? For whatever reason, the Lakers love like the Nets game, right? We saw against like the Jazz and, the Charlotte Hornets and some of these teams. Lakers love to just fumble the bag, right? So hopefully the Lakers take this game a lot more serious than the last one, execute a lot better. I would rather, if I had to choose between the two, I would rather have the Nuggets game and take the L on the Bucks game than win the Bucks game and take the L on the Nuggets game. Obviously, you can't dictate that. Obviously, you can't control that. I wish I could on a iPad or something, just pick okay, let's take this game, right? Just because the Nuggets are in our in the division, right? Or conference. Yeah, said it right the first time. In our conference. They are a team that we're fighting for seeding, right? We're right on their tails. And then also they've owned us the last few years. So it'd be nice to get a lick back, especially without LeBron James and if Rui doesn't play and all these other guys, Jackson Hayes, Dorian Finney-Smith, we'll see if these guys come back and return. Lakers are going to be patient. Lakers are prioritizing health over seeding, which I believe is the right decision. Because again, at the end of the day, we could be the 1 seed. It means nothing if our key guys are not healthy, especially LeBron James, especially Luka Doncic, right? Like if these guys are not healthy, we're not winning anything, right? I'm really looking for Austin Reeves to pick it up. I know I can be very critical of Austin Reeves. I think it's been very warranted, but I've praised Austin Reeves a ton over this last 20 game stretch, and I've even defended him recently. Because again, I'm fair. If we had a year and a quarter sample size of Austin Reeves just being inconsistent. The last 20 games or so, he's been very consistent. And I've talked about it, and I've praised him, and I've said, this is the Austin Reeves. I was just like most Austin Reeves fans, where I was, delusional about his just greatness. I was hyping him up like he was the second coming of Michael Jordan. All of the videos were on the channels, right? They exist, where I'm just talking, and defending him and coming up with every excuse. But at some point, we got to face reality. And he was going through a bad stretch. And it wasn't a small, it's just 20. No, it was in a season and a quarter. It was what was it, 120 games or something like that. But this last back end quarter, he's been great. Got injured, came back from injury, and he struggled. I'm willing to give him the pass because he just came back from injury. But now you're getting into game 4 or 5. It's time to start getting back into the swing of things. We need him more than ever, right? Because you're not going to have LeBron and some of these other guys. We can't have him be pedestrian, right? He needs to be aggressive. He needs to look for a shot. He needs to not settle so much, right? We've seen what he can be when LeBron and AD and Luka are out. We need that version of Reeves. We need Reeves. I'm not saying he has to go and give us 30 every night, but he's got to be, more efficient, more impactful, more effective, right? Rather than just kind of just feels like he's out there at times, right? And I gave him a pass these last few games, even though I was frustrated, but hey, he just got back from injury. I would give anybody that same pass. So you get the pass, right? Well, now it's time to go. Now you got the Bucks and the Nuggets. Can't afford to lose both of these games. Now you're on a 4-game losing streak, right? Again, luckily the Lakers did what they needed to do, handled their responsibilities early on. So even if you do lose these 2 games, it's not the end of the world, but it's not looking good, right? It's not we're not in a great position where it's okay, let's, I don't think it's panic mode, but it's not something where I'm okay, it's fine, right? It's just, we got to take it in stride. But I think the Lakers will handle business. Let's get it done. Right? Got the fit back. Everyone's been wanting the hat. Everyone's been like, Tyler, you've been slacking. Obviously, I've been moving. I found this. I don't know where my white hat is. I still got to find that one. But we got this hat. We're back in business, which means the Lakers are back in business. We winning, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle. Do you think that they'll handle business and beat the Milwaukee Bucks? You think no shot. Do you think that they'll lose to Milwaukee and beat Denver? Again, obviously it's a game at a time, but we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions either way down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.